The EV business is tough. There's no two ways about it, and a lot of failures have come, and some are still failing as we speak. News is bad for Canoo this week. The next shoe has fallen. I don't know how many that is, but it feels like an odd number. We're going to get into Canoo. We're going to get into some Chinese brands. We're going to get into some other canceled stuff, and we're going to have a little bit of a moment of silence, perhaps, but maybe after the video ends. I'm Brian. Welcome to Futuraza. So we saw this news quite recently. Canoo furloughs workers and idles factory as it scrapes for cash. Canoo makes really cool vehicles. This one was out at NASA for the Starliner launch, returning humans to the space station. Very exciting. Or maybe it was just to space, not the space station. Yes, just to space. And of course, SpaceX went with the Tesla Model X. But this was neat to see. The future should look like the future, right? Just days after the board member resigned, roughly 1 month after the company saw its CFO and head lawyer depart, they've got multiple lawsuits from suppliers over alleged late payments. And I don't think we need to speculate on whether those allegations are true. They have no money. It's very unfortunate. The latest news, this came out yesterday, the website's down. If you go to it, you get an error 1033. That's unfortunate. Now, it does redirect to the investor relations portal, which is offsite. It's on a third-party site. No idea if that's still a thing. Maybe you could contact someone there. Apparently, parts of the site went down last week, and no one is around to fix it. Canoo's woes, not great. Former employee, Canoo never built vehicles in Oklahoma. Most employees never moved to Oklahoma. A former high-level Canoo employee, speaking exclusively to News 4, says he's not shocked the company, which received major financial support from the state of Oklahoma, furloughed all its employees and shuttered its Oklahoma production facility. In fact, he says the company never built any vehicles there at all. So the plan was to pay out incentives to Canoo over a 10-year period to help the company get off the ground. And in exchange, they would, bring workers, bring good-paying jobs, manufacture in the state. They open a battery manufacturing plant. By this year, we'll bring about 120 jobs to this site. And that's not great. In 2023, they lost more than 300 million, which sounds quite reasonable compared to some of the losses we see from bigger companies. And this is a cool vehicle. I've got some footage of it that I shot myself. So here's the vehicle itself. All right. This is what it looks like on the inside. It's very cool. You kind of wish it had happened, but it just didn't. You really want the future to look like this, but it's really hard to do. It's really hard to make a company. I unfortunately had to deal with people using this as an example of, well, why can't others just do this? Well, the same reason Canoo can't. It's difficult and expensive. There's a part coming up here where you will see out the front piece, there's a bit of glass right there. Maybe go a little forward. There it is. You can see right out the front. That's a bit of glass on the front. And you can look out at rocks breaking it on the highway because flat glass doesn't go well with that. And I should also mention, I got to meet Joe Scott. How cool is that? I've talked with him a number of times. Here we got Dr. Know-It-All in the shot. Very cool. And I got to meet Eli there, the Starman, magic, amazing comic artist. That was fun. And Ricky from 2-Bit Da Vinci's in here somewhere too. But, there he is, just right there. Anyway, and I had a booth. None of that matters anymore. Let's talk about some Chinese car brands that have folded. This page has some really great resources on it. A list of the top brands, list of the interesting brands, list of the most active and top selling brands. And then way down at the bottom, it says, let's look at some defunct brands. And boy, is it down here. Defunct brands. Haifei, Hautai, Zotye, Lifan, and Go Now and Inglon. And I know what you're thinking. Six, that doesn't sound like the correct number. Surely it must be a number higher than that. I went to the Wiccas of Pedia, and on here, we're looking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And they're not even different. They're not even the same. These are different. So that's confusing. Doesn't feel like the correct number. So I found a better resource. And here we can see just an exhaustive list. These are, it's hundreds. It's over 100. It's probably closer to 150 that have already folded. So it's hard, man. It's really tough to do. So with that said, let's get into something a little bit more exciting that's also canceled. BMW reportedly planned an electric sports car with almost 1,000 kilowatts. Yeah, that would be a real beast. And it's beautiful. Looks like it's based on the i7. Is that what it is? You can correct me in the comments. It's unfortunate that you see these beautiful concepts and they just never become reality. So guys, I've got some exciting interviews coming up this week. I've got a CEO of a mining and refining company coming on to do a few shows. I've got Robert Scoble coming back. That'll be exciting. But this is a short video because I just need to get it out, man. I got other stuff to do and we got to keep a schedule around here. Otherwise, who knows what we're doing. If you liked it, like it. If you didn't, thumb it down. That also counts. I appreciate that too. Leave a comment if you have one. Subscribe, all the usual things. Yeah. I appreciate you guys, and stay tuned, stay juicy, and I cannot wait to hear from you clever robots on the flippity flop. Yeah.